Hey ladies and gentlemen, Steven here from Redolessence. Welcome back to another video. And in today's Cephalabon contributor video, I'm going to be giving you my thoughts on the brand new fragrance by Amouage, which was released in 2021. This one is a men's offering. It's called Reflection 45 for men. I'm excited to give you my thoughts on this fragrance, so make sure to stay tuned. Begin my fragrance review of Reflection 45 by Amouage, and I tell you all about this fragrance and the very special giveaway that is attached to this fragrance. I do want to mention that if you are a fan of fragrance related content, please do consider supporting this channel by subscribing to it. Make sure to enable all notifications by clicking on the bell icon, and of course give this video a thumbs up if you take something of value from today's video. So here we have Reflection for Men by Amouage, which was released many years ago, composed by Lucas Suzak, who is an amazing perfumer. I've had the pleasure of meeting him in person, just very kind, humble, down to earth. And then here we have Reflection 45. Now this fragrance has a very generous concentration of 45% oil, which is an extrait, so it goes well beyond an eau de parfum, and it has been left to macerate for 4 months. Now the average fragrance is left to macerate anywhere between 4 to 8 weeks, depending on the brand and the strength of the actual smell. And so talking about a 4-month maceration time in addition to the 45% oil concentration is huge. If you do want to participate in the giveaway, what I would say is follow the link down below, shoot on over to Cephalabon's website. You do have to be a registered reader, so make sure you become a registered reader, read through the article, and then just leave a quality comment on the article and you'll be entered to win. It's actually quite simple. Just do make sure to check back on over to Cephalabon's website to see if you've won, because winners will only be announced on cephalabon.com and on the date that is specified on the website. And so make sure to read carefully. Winners will not be announced on this channel in any form, any capacity. I will not ask you to contact me or anything like that. So do make sure to check out Cephalabon. But in any case, I'm so excited that this fragrance is finally in my possession. Even though it is in the travel atomizer form, it's definitely enough because it's a strong one. Let's go ahead and start things off with a quick look at the travel atomizer presentation. So surely enough, in the opening of this fragrance, you have that bright and beautiful floral and citrusy combination, which I so quickly associate with the original Reflection for Men. Now, I've had this bottle for a very long time, so it's safe to say that this one has also been macerating for a long time, but the strength of the 45 version is certainly something to be reckoned with. So it has that iris, jasmine, almost like orange blossom quality in the opening. There is neroli in here, so it does open up very bright and citrusy, but of course it also possesses that lavender note in the heart. And of course the color of the atomizer here is quite telling that it does indeed contain lavender or some other purple colored raw material, but lavender is certainly what's used in the case of this fragrance. So it has that very bright aromatic lavender. There's actually a spicy touch of cardamom, which I found quite interesting. So it's a little spicy, but it's very fresh, and it has this beautiful fougere-like quality about it on account of the lavender. But the citrus is just so vibrant and so energetic, and that's one of the qualities about this fragrance and also the original that I really love. Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the incensey qualities, the ambery qualities, the resinous qualities, because this fragrance has a little bit of all of those happening in here. So it does definitely open up with this sort of warmth that comes from vanilla, because there's actually vanilla in this fragrance, but it also comes from these warm resins. So there's a combination of frankincense and myrrh. We also have sweet myrrh, otherwise known as opopanax, and then we also have benzoin in this fragrance too. So it kind of creates this ambery accord, which is a really nice contrast to that very bright aromatic lavender quality with the citrus that you're going to get in the opening. And that's one of the things that I really love about this fragrance is its non-linearity. This is a complex fragrance and it has quite the evolution to go through on your skin. So the way that it opens up is going to be very different from the way that it dries down. It has that certain warmth about it that I really, really enjoy. And even the floral ingredients, at times it becomes a little bit hard to discern what is necessarily working its magic in there. So you have the jasmine, as I mentioned, you have the iris, but then you also have pink pepper, which kind of creates this duality between a spiciness but then also like a rosy quality. And so it's really interesting to pair that rosy facet from the pink pepper with that clean jasmine that works so well and in such harmony with the citrus. And overall, I think this fragrance is a masterpiece. The same thing can be said about the original. Of course, the perfumer for both is Lucas Suzak. From what I'm given to understand, it's pretty much the same fragrance, which is what I'm able to perceive with my nose. But of course, it's been macerated for a long time in a much higher concentration. And so, of course, as though the original needed any work in the longevity department, because we have to face the truth. Amouage fragrances do last a very long time. And it's not just their attars. Interlude Man lasts a very long time on my skin. Lyric for men lasts a long time. Fate, Epic, Journey, Overture, all of these fragrances, Enclave, they last such a long time. But with the extracts, you're going to get superb longevity. Let's go ahead and finish things off with my overall assessment. So first up, in terms of the uniqueness and the overall smell, well, it's not a unique fragrance if we are comparing it to the original, because you're going to get a very similar smell, but you can perceive the robust, fuller quality of this version. And of course, with a concentration of 45%, it doesn't come as much of a surprise that this one is going to last a lot longer and it's going to have a much denser, thicker personality. Overall smell is completely addicting. I wore this one like 4 or 5 days in a row just because I couldn't get enough of it. With a coffee table where I have tons of fragrances sprawled out on it, I kept going back to this one. I truly love this one. Longevity, 12 plus hours. This one is super impressive. Probably doesn't last as long as Interlude for men, especially Interlude. I think it's 53. But in the case of this fragrance, the performance is superb. And longevity, like I said, is about 12 plus hours. Projection on this one is also super impressive. This one projected way beyond an arm's length for like 2 hours. And it didn't even start to sit closer to the skin until about that 7 to 8 hour mark. And it wasn't until that 10, 11, 12 hour mark where I would say it's safe to apply something else or reapply. In terms of the versatility, incredibly versatile. This is the type of fragrance I love wearing just like on an everyday basis, but I also think it's very polished, very gentlemanly, very formal in that sense. So I would love to wear this one to a dressed up scenario as well. I think because of the bright floral and citrusy qualities, I can see myself wearing it in the hotter weather, but because of its performance, no problem wearing it in the colder weather as well. I think this one will probably appeal to somebody who's a bit older, a little bit more sophisticated and set in their ways. Perhaps not somebody who's younger and they want like the clubbing, tonka bean, bubblegum types of fragrances. This is a lot more sophisticated and refined than that. But again, these are just personal opinions and scent is subjective. So at the end of the day, make sure to smell a fragrance for yourself to determine whether or not you love it. And I think in terms of the presentation, I've seen the presentation of the full-size bottle and it's just absolutely gorgeous. My final verdict on this fragrance is I absolutely love it and I need to get myself a bottle of it very, very soon because I know that when I do acquire a bottle, which will happen eventually, I'm going to be featuring it in a bunch of lists and I'm going to be wearing it religiously. And I'm not necessarily going to retire the original, but I'm going to take turns wearing a little bit of both just to see if I can pick up on any minute differences that may exist within the compositional nature of them. So There you have it, ladies and gents. Thank you so much for your viewership today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you took something of value from today's review. Again, make sure to enter the giveaway by visiting seflaban.com. All of the links are going to be down below in the description section. Just read through the article, leave a quality comment. Good luck, everyone. Winners will be announced on seflaban.com only, so make sure to check back to the website on the date that is specified. Thank you for watching. Support the channel by subscribing to it. Make sure to enable all notifications by clicking on the bell icon. Give this video a thumbs up. Love you guys. See you tomorrow. Bye.